Hi, I'm Melanie Florence, and this is Miss Melly Flows Vibe Life, my YouTube channel for my tarot readings, sharing the love, sharing the vibe. So this is the Earth Element reading for the November. So we're coming into a new month. It's been speeding by. So I've picked some cards that are a bit like Scorpio. My brother's Scorpion, so I thought, what would he like? And so I've got a few different decks, and then I'm going to go through the Greenwood spread. Well, it's not a Greenwood spread. I'm going to use my Greenwood, which I've been reading for 25 years. I'm going to use it to do the 5-line spread, which is 5 for how we got here, 4 cards for our healing element, 3 for how we're going to apply it to the world, 2 for our partnerships, and 1 for our self-love, which sometimes ends up being really interesting, the self-love card. Alright, so I'm gonna start here with the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. So this is like an Old Kingdom deck. When I started doing and collecting decks and get sent decks along, I'm gonna go with this one. Excuse me. When I got sent these decks and collected decks, I was looking for Old Kingdom sort of stuff, knowledge that steps away from our modern world. Then I got some really modern decks, so you can look right across this gamut. Alright, so what have we got here? The Mother Awakens, compassion, nurture, and guidance. And I love this deck because it's got these horizontal cards. So we're really talking about the earth element here, the earth mother. We're really saying awaken. This is really Gaia sort of awakening inside of us and having a connection to that. So our earth peeps, this is compassion and nature and guidance. So you might be feeling that from the people around you. You might be playing it forward. But you're now in a really earth position. That's a real earth mother awakens. That's brilliant for our earth peeps. Good place to start. So the next is our divination of the ancients. So this is an oracle that I picked up a few weeks ago. So what has it in it? So what it has in it is all different types of divination. So this is saying to me that if you've got storms around you, this can take the power of the storms. Lightning energy is really strong. It breaks us away, it changes things, it changes them in a minute. But this is power, this is strength inside of what you've got. So you might be cracking away from other people. You might also have some storms around you that you might be able to draw stuff from. They reckon that putting your crystals out in a storm is as good as a full moon. It's that sort of energy that you can change it all up. So thunderbolts and lightning for you. If you've been in Sydney in the east coast for the last week, I guess there's been a few storms around everywhere. We're getting our spring storms, so beautiful to see the rain. But if you're enjoying those storms, you look in the energy of that, draw it in that change and that power. So this is the Untethered Soul. This is a bit of a Taoist sort of view of the world, this one. So let's see what we've got for the earth peeps. We've got our natural coming out. We're awakened and compassion, and we're going to use that power for our good. Some earth energy in there, some real powerful thunder and lightning. Okay. So I'm going to do some different decks. I'm going to do a Halloween read, so a bit more witchy with my Wiccan decks and my magic decks, and we'll see what we can pull out of them. Bit of earth magic. Ooh, and if you've seen, I've got other readings, so I've got a bit of a tea menu going on. Hot tea. So the conversation, that gossip, the hot gossip between you and your higher consciousness. That's what a reading's about. It really is just getting the hot gossip, the energy that surrounds you. So you are a great being who has been given a tremendous opportunity to explore beyond yourself. Ooh. We can look higher, we can look out, we can look beyond, we can extend our limits. A lot of what I've seen in these cards coming from the Untethered Soul today is really extending that, getting rid of your limits, getting rid of your preconceptions. So you are a great being that is given a tremendous opportunity to explore beyond yourself. We're given this life to actually look out further and see where we can extend ourselves to. Ooh, earth people, extending yourself out. I like it. All right, one more card before we start the Greenwood, and that is the Work Your Light, because it has the roses on it, and quite often that's an earth symbol sort of thing. All right, so the Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. So what have we got? What have we got, Rebecca, for our earth peeps for November? Alright, it's hard to tell when these cards are upside down. I don't ever do reversed anyway. I always figure there's enough light and dark in it all without doing reverse cards. Personally, I've never done them. I look at the reverse energy and how that can be impactful, because you want to look at the whole round of something. It's light and it's dark. But I've always found that the elements present themselves. So you don't need to worry about them being reversed. Right, so what do we have? Awakening. The mother awakens and you're awakening. So this is really delving deep inside of ourselves and exploring what is beyond yourself. Energy upgrades, a new way of being, integration. That is sort of surrendering just then. This is sort of a hanged man position where we surrender it to it all. We're awakening. We let go. We let go of our preconditions. Wow. It's going to be big too. It's going to be fast. Lightning energy. Okay. This is great. So, I'm going to turn it down so you can see the table, so you can see the reading develop on the table as we go, and then you're able to see the lines in it just as I am and how the cards connect. So I'm going to drop this down, and we're going to draw the first 5 cards on our what was to hear on our thingamaspring bouncing just there. Alright, first card out. It's the moon. Alright, so the moon is talking to us about, you know, our hopes and fears, and it's talking to us about our dreams. And people say it's black and white, and I'm a bit like, it's sort of really incandescent, really dreamy. It's not harsh. You can look at things from a different view. You can step back from them and just sort of watch inside of this. Water energy in a water month. We're in our November being Scorpio, so this is a real sort of fertile energy for us to grow from. That's where you've been putting yourself. That's where we've come from. Alright, Earth people. Alright, Earth peeps, what do we got? So, how we got here? This is strong. This is our Earth element. This is the green woman. So she is the ruler of all she surveys. This is very much connected to Virgo energy for the Virgo people out there. So this is, you know, taking control and speaking your truth and having this rebirth with the Sheila Nagega. And in here we've got the breath of life. So we've got new beginnings inside of this. But this is the green woman really taking control of her dreams. Nice, that's good. Alright, let's see what else we got. Oop, I've thrown it to the side. It's in another box. I've got so many decks of cards around, if you could see this. Alright, Earth people, so in here we've learned our traditions. What are part of you? What makes you? What is your bedtime ritual? What's your day ritual? What are the traditions of your family? What are the traditions of your faith? What are the traditions of the way you make your money? So this is a real step into how and the traditions of myself and embracing those traditions of your practical being inside of there. Could be meditation inside again, physical healing inside of that. Okay, 9 being divine. 2 more. Alright, you. Alright, jumping out, we've got the hair. And so this is a woman of faith. This is a woman that takes her passion seriously. This is sexy. This is, you know, really taking on the earth, taking on what she believes. Really backing up this earthly, I am empowered by, I'm spiritually empowered on top. Alright, 1 more to go for this row. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1 more to go for this row. 1 more to go for this row. The earth ones generally get a shorter sort of reading, and you know why? It's because like I refine it by the time I get through the 4th reading. Earth people, alright. So what have we got that's brought us here? We have the Fire King and Queen sitting here together. So this is passion. This is a passion of 2 people together. This is sexy. This is a rebirth. This is the balance of a masculine, feminine energy in here. This is divine. So them putting together on the table, I would often be applied that this is a partnership. You know, and I've looked at the last Earth readings, and we really are talking about partnerships and faith and people being strong together. And this is really passionate couple just here. You've got both court cards on the table. That's real fun for those people who have picked up a partner. You've got a lover. That's brilliant energy sitting there, really sexy. Alright, toot. And so what have we got for our healing element, if that wasn't good enough? So we've got endurance. So these things will last. You are strong. You can weather the storm. Your dreams are going to succeed inside of this. You've got the endurance to sit back and watch what's going on. This is of the senses. Not everything has to be busy. Sometimes the best position we have is to stand back and watch and let it unfold and what we go through. And sometimes the position is healing for us, just to endure, sit and wait. Gotta wait. Sometimes we wait for it all to turn for the storm to pass. There's a lot of power in this storm. So we're waiting for this storm to pass. Because we're going to express ourselves. This is a new era of expressing our your thoughts, your ideas, your notions. So we've got this woman of faith. We've got this strong, the green woman on the table. And now we're going to talk about it. So this is good. Lots of passion, lots of faith, very powerful. But this spot is saying here that this endurance will start. This will keep going. It's a strong communication inside of that. Healing element. What else is going to heal for November? The wheel is going to turn, people. The sun and moon will always turn. The seasons will turn. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. But how we weave that cloak, how we weave that dream cloak of ourselves, what we put in, what we take out, what energy we weave, what energies we let go of, that's what makes our lives. That's what we look back at. That's our colours, where your colours are. All right. The wheel is turning. One more healing element for our earth peeps. Talk about it. So we're talking about it here, we're talking about it here. There's going to be a lot of communication. You're going to feel like every time I get the woodpecker, no joke, I just start talking quicker. It's like, here we are. This is an air sign, air element child maybe, but this is a lot of information. This is like, hi, how you going? This is a lot of talking. So I would feel that you're going to have a lot of communication coming your way. You're communicating and it's going back to you. The world is turning and it'll come through. So I feel that you are going to get some messages perhaps from this situation of faith. There might be a lot of talking in here with our king and our queen and these messages inside of this. Okay. All right, this is interesting. So what do we got? How we apply to the world, earth, people. How do we apply? We're going to show our happiness. So this is time to take your happiness. It's sometimes we need to play it forward. Sometimes we need to fake it till we make it. This is not that. This is showing the people that you're attracted. This is showing that your cup runs over. This is showing your happiness to the world. So how we're going to apply it is we're going to be happy. We're going to be happy with the abundance. We're going to be grateful for the grace of what the world has given us. Earth people, what a beautiful place to be in. All right, earth people. All right. So, and then we've got the healing element. Wow, we've nearly got all four queens on the table. All right, so we then have, this is the emotional woman. She is going to express herself, express her love. This is the ultimate love position to children and people around them. I'm feeling a very well-rounded position has come from this here. Like this one where you've come from. This search for this green woman has brought out several parts of this woman. Okay. And again, if you're a man watching this, please just revert this. This is not about masculine and feminine. It's actually about sort of the energies that they provide and what they push. And they push differently. All right, so one more for how we apply this. How we apply this. Oop. You know what? We're showing our happiness and we're an emotional person, but we're sort of still diving. We're looking for new meaning. We're looking for the power, how we use that. And we're sort of keeping it to ourselves. Not everything has to be on Facebook, people. This is sort of saying some of this is private. Some of this is a private journey that you're going through. And it's okay to sort of retreat into yourself and think about new knowledge and go back. And you might be finding yourself watching documentaries and really looking back into things that you might be interested as well to have more knowledge. The Hermit really is taking time to evolve more on side of them. All right, 2 cards for our relationships. What have we got? 2 cards for our relationships. There's the one off the cup. Oh, the World Tree to go with this. This is always a path, and so you see this labyrinth. The tree is us. We're walking our way through our seasons. We're walking our way to us. So that path is different for everybody, and you see it weave back on itself and back and forward as we relearn and we relearn, and we come back and we turn again and we talk again. You know, so this path to our divine, everything here, this is divine timing. This is a divine path to yourself inside of these partnerships and finding yourself in here. All right, what else we have? Ooh, this is bouncing really interesting with the light just here. All right, so, oops, there it is. Judgment. Alright, so judgment can be that you are worried that this could be a court case. This can come out like that, but this is also too about, you know, really not worrying about what the rest of the world is saying. This is sort of, you know, your judgment is for you. Your judgment is for you to make your way to your path to your divine. Again, this is scary. This is what other people think. This is the judgment of people on the outside. Keep your eye on the path. Keep your eye on where you're going. It's not all scary. There's rainbows and there's deers and we've got guidance. But this is really about watching for those signs and really keeping on your path regardless of the judgment of others. And really judging yourself and judging where that path is and where it's going. Together these two are very strong in our walk. Okay. Alright, I'm not saying that you've done this lightly. You've done this as really, you've thought about it a lot. Alright, Earth people, what is our self-love card for November? The self-love card for November. I am going to put out Halloween reads, All Hallowed Saints reads. I have a whole menu. If you're looking on my YouTube, you'll find it. Alright, so what is going to come out of this? Self-love, frustration. So this is all in our mind. And this is us throwing our arrows. This is trying to find all the ideas and mull through all of the ideas. So I'm not saying that frustration ends here. There's going to be a lot of ideas from a lot of other people going in here. You've got a lot of information coming in. You've got a lot of conversation coming in. Sometimes I feel this card, when we put together with our frustration, it is to really mull through what the options are. Sometimes when we go through all the things we don't want, we find what we do want. Hitting the target inside of this is a little bit hard. So really take your time to watch what your words are, watch where you put in your energy. But it also may be fling out all the ideas, go through them all and see what else comes out of it. I really love lists when I come up to this and couple of the other air sign. Just write it all down. It's about communication. It's about getting it out. So, Earth peeps, we really have some earthy, powerful cards going on here. There's a bit of endurance, but approach the world with happiness. And I can see that it's a private happiness, you're emotional, but we really are seeing all sorts of elements. We have the earthy woman in the green woman in this reading. The only one that we are actually missing in the queens is the earth queens, but she's sort of presented in the, well inside of the green woman. So all round, I feel like we've got this all-round person who's really driving to get something passionate. There's a passionate relationships in here, and there's expression of that relationship. The world is turning, the wheel is turning, and you're walking your path. And that may lead to little bits of frustration, but air it all out, Earth peeps. So if you haven't hit like and subscribe, I would really love that. And because I can't do lives on YouTube until I get a certain amount of people and a certain amount of stuff, so share it amongst your peeps. If you're interested, I've got Hot Tea for the Soul on Facebook, and I can do private readings, book them through Miss Melly Flow. Contact me. So if you haven't done your charts ever and you want your natal charts done, your nativity, please let me know. I'll break it down for you and we can go through what elements are the strongest in your charts. I have a lot of fire, even though I'm an earth sign. I've got a lot of fire and air in the back of my charts, so it's different for everybody. I really hope you like this. I really hope November goes excellent for you, and I will catch you on the flip side. Mahalo.